Hi there, everyone. We're here today to talk about how to create some really great online marketing materials. And so thanks for attending. And right now I'm going to send you, in case you don't have it, the link to a worksheet if you're interested that you're welcome to download. So that should be in the chat area of your control panel. So please, if you're interested in that, just click on it, go print it out, look at it, whatever you want. And we are going to get started. Let me just make sure everything's working the way I want it to be working. Okay. All right. Welcome. Let me get this started. So welcome to the webinar. For those of you that are joining on a recorded version, if you're looking for the link to download the worksheet, it should be at the bottom of your screen for the first minute or so, and you can take that and go grab that worksheet if you're interested. For those of you that are on the call, please help me out right now by interacting with me, letting me know where you're from, who you are, that you can see my screen okay and hear me okay, as that seems to be a common concern of people and of me in general, because I'm talking to my computer right now. So do type in the question area or the chat area that you can see me and hear me okay, and that you can see my entire screen, where it shows how to create online lead generation materials like a boss. So if you could just take a few seconds to let me know that that everything is good, I would greatly appreciate it. So those coming on the call, so Lynn, Marcy, Patricia, just type in the question area and let me know, and I would really, really appreciate it. Awesome. So I guess what I'm getting is you can see me okay. Skip, if you're coming on the call, if you can hear me, just let me know in the question area that you can see and hear me okay before I get going. Okay, so thank you all for coming on. Today we're going to talk a lot about what to put on the internet. Everyone knows that they need to be on the internet, but once you get there, the question is, what are you going to say and what are you going to write? So I'm going to try and give you some tips and tools so once you get where you need to be, you actually know what to say and do in order to create some things that actually generate leads. And that seems to be the part that gets really, really challenging. I am Melissa Zavala, and I am a broker in San Diego County, and I also run a couple of administrative companies that provide real estate professionals with support, short sale support, and transaction coordinating and paperless and compliance support for brokerages and real estate professionals. And I also write articles for the Truly a Pro blog, Real Uoso, and the American Genius. So feel free to connect with me, or if you have any questions after the webinar, feel free to email me. And then for those of you still coming on the call, you should see in the chat area the link to download the webinar worksheet if you do need that. So welcome to you. I saw some names on there that I do know. Thanks for coming back if you've been on a call before. If you've been on a call before, if you've heard me speak recently, I've talked a lot about how there's been some recent reports in the news in Bloomberg and from out of Oxford University in England that they analyzed 702 occupations across the United States, and they found that there's a significant probability that 50% of the US workforce's jobs will be taken over by a computer. And if you look at this chart here, you can see that for loan officers, and I don't know if there are any loan officers on the call, but for loan officers, there is a 98% probability that their job's going to be automated in the near future. And while this list doesn't have it, the real estate professional, according to this report, had an 86% probability that their job's going to be automated. So your challenge when you go onto the internet where all the automation is going to take place is to still be real and important so that you aren't one of the 86% that is going to get beat by the computer. And so in order to do that and to generate leads in that kind of changing marketplace where your job might be automated if you don't move and shake, you need to show the public that you provide that value. And by the way, for those of you that are using the worksheet, anything in light blue fits into one of those spaces on the worksheet. So if you're following along and you're one of those people that likes to write everything down, then I've done that for you to make it easy for you. So how are you going to provide value? Well, what was really interesting about that study is that the people that they found that the jobs that were not going to be automated are going to be things like a massage therapist and a chiropractor and things where there needs to be physical manipulation between the person whose job it is and the recipient or the consumer. So that would be what manipulation is. And then creativity. So any jobs that require creativity or when creativity is utilized in order to be out there instead of being automated, those people will still be successful even though the world is changing and really technology based. And the third way is through the social perception. So clearly that's all about social media and staying connected in a changing world. So those, if you have any way to stay within that realm of manipulation, creativity, and social perception, then the chance that your job will personally not be automated are going to be high increased. So we're going to talk about how to use lead generation materials and specific lead generation wording and activities in order to create a social perception and use creativity. And as far as manipulation, we're going to show how it's important for people to work with you because you're going to help them navigate tough waters or interpret data, which they are going to get through online services. So that's what we're really going to talk about today. So the first thing that you need to do in order to be successful in generating leads day in and day out is to focus on your process and not the outcome. So what that means is you can't get fixated on how much money you're going to make, how many deals you're going to put in escrow, but really just to develop a process of activities, of lead generation activities, of a disciplined schedule that you will follow every day in order to see the outcome that you want. So, and we're going to talk about what some of those processes are in a little while, but for example, you may say that every morning you're going to make phone calls to expireds for 30 minutes or an hour. Or part of your process might be to go door to door on Tuesday and Thursday afternoons. Or part of your process online might be to put up ads on Craigslist every morning at 11 a.m. But to keep and always adhere to that process, despite what's going on around you, is how you're going to see the outcome that you want. So if you just can maintain that discipline, then the outcome will come. And that it seems to be a huge portion or way that people see increased success in their business. Really, really just creating a good process and sticking to it. And not just sticking to it for a week or 2 weeks, but you need to stick to something for a long period of time before you can really determine if this is working or not working for you. So for lack of a better metaphor, I've heard a lot of people say it's like throwing spaghetti to the wall and seeing what sticks. So you can't just try Craigslist for 2 weeks and then if you don't get anything out of it, just abandon it, because that would just be like throwing spaghetti to that wall for 2 weeks and seeing if anything stuck. So you've got to work on it for a longer period of time in order to really evaluate whether that it would be successful for you, whether Craigslist would be successful for you. But of course, the key that we've talked about before for those of you that are coming in, because this is really the second class in a 2-part series, we talked a lot about mastering the art of diversification of your online lead generation. So I'm going to briefly go through some of the places that you probably are going to want to be online in order to be fully diversified. And then I'm going to take some of them and play them out and give you some tips for all of them about what you can say and how you can attract more people to contact you. And that's the part that's going to be really, really interesting here. So here you are, and you've got to be like all real estate professionals in 27 places doing 27 things every day, which is almost impossible. We're stretched really, really thin. The public's perception is that all we do is drive BMWs and show properties, but you need to be doing a lot of things. You need to treat your thing like your own small business. So you need to be working some of these different things. neighborhood farm, your sphere of influence, your referral database. So that would be strategic alliances, for example. Social networking, and that's one of them we're going to talk about in great detail in a little while. Blogs, I'm going to talk about that as well, how to utilize a blog. Videos. Review sites, so that's like Yelp and Google Plus and Monta and City Search and YP.com. Those are all places where people can read reviews of your services. And I have a referral sites. So referral database is your strategic alliances. Referral sites would be places where you're likely paying money, but some of them not, where you're getting leads. So that could be Trulia, Zillow, Realtor.com, Commissions Inc., Conversion, Tiger Lead, something like that. That could even be Craigslist. Organic search. So people searching Google, and they put in your name, and you show up in the organic search. Let me go off the presentation for a minute and show you what that looks like. Okay, we'll come back to that slide right now, but let me show you what happens in a search. So I'm on Google right now, and I'm going to search for, oh, because the World Cup starts today. Look how cute that is. I'm going to search for Encinitas Ranch real estate agent. Okay, so Encinitas Ranch happens to be near my house in Southern California, and I'm going to search that, and I want to show you something. So all these things on the right over here, that people are paying money to show up here, and if you click on those people pay for every click. And all of these things at the top, they say add, that's the same thing. Sometimes when you search, they show up in yellow here, and there's a line, but I guess they've changed their look for the World Cup or whatever. So anything below this very faint line right here, that's all organic search. And what that means is that rises to the top, these things, because lots of people are looking at them. So generally, the public does not look at the paid ads as much as they do the stuff that is down here. So this is, you want to be able to show up, if you can, on page 1, down below this faint gray line. That's an organic search. Let's see. So there we go. Okay, so I'm going to come back to some more stuff on the internet in a little bit, but I wanted to show you. So that's what organic search means. And let's get back to where we are. Oh, goodness, I'm sorry. And the next one after organic search is pay per click. So those people that were at the top or on the right of what I just showed you, those are pay per click. So people that set up an ad campaign in Google Ads in order to show up on page 1 of Google, and they have maybe a budget of $5 or $10 a day to show up, and they try to get leads by people clicking on them, going to their website. And then, so that's another place that you might want to be. And then, you know, there might be some others that I haven't mentioned here. So the key is that you've got to be in a ton of places, doing a ton of things in order to have leads coming to you when you're asleep, right? That's why you want to be all over the internet. But it's really important to use the internet to think carefully about your target market and to understand your target market. Your target market on the internet is probably about 80% home buyers, even 90% home buyers, and 10% home sellers. Home sellers, oftentimes, they might do a little bit of research for agents online, but it's home buyers that are the larger portion of people that are looking online at properties and at realtors. So you need to understand that target market. And that target market, whether it's sellers or buyers, you might have heard me say this before, they all listen to WIFM, What's in It for Me radio. Okay, that's all they want to know is what's in it for me. So if someone goes to the internet to search something, they're not looking at how great you are. They're looking at what the benefit is going to be to contacting you. They're looking for something for themselves. What's in it for me? And that's your target market. And if you need to keep that in mind in everything you do online. So I did use the word benefits already. And what that means is that when you create your marketing materials, you need to market benefits versus features. Okay. And the benefits are what's in it for me. And I'll show you what that is. That would be like money saved. So, if you can save a person money, that would be something that would be a benefit, or they can earn more money. So I recently saw, for example, that the California Association of Realtors put out an infographic. And for any of you in California, you can go on their site, and it's called One Cool Thing. They've got this huge infographic that shows that people that use a realtor in the state of California make up to $46,000 more on the sale of their home than for sale by owners or people who don't use a realtor. And that was so they created an infographic all about that. So money saved and money earned, you could play in with that somehow in order to market to sellers and tell them, the benefits of using a real estate professional versus not using a real estate professional. Another thing you could offer, another example of a benefit is saving someone time. So a for sale by owner, for example, they have to stay home. They have to put they have to put it on Craigslist. They have to be there. They have to answer the phone. They have to do the sign. They don't know anything about contracts. They might screw something up. So you might save them time if you took that over for them. You might increase someone's visibility, either online or at your local marketing association meeting, like the broker caravan. So increased visibility is also a benefit. Convenience. So convenience, so, if something's convenient and easy, that's a benefit as well. Immediacy. People are looking for, snap responses to things. They want immediate. If you can respond immediately or take care of something immediately, that's a huge benefit to them. Customization. People are wild when they hear the word custom. So if you can create a custom 25-point marketing plan to sell their house using your exclusive VIP sellers program, that language is very helps convert people to contact you very, very easily. They love when they hear the word customization or hear the word custom in any sort of marketing. And exclusivity, which I also used in my last example, anything that's exclusive. So if you have a exclusive home buyer email program that sends out an email once a week with the best deals in town, that's something that might entice people because it's exclusive. So when you're marketing online, and I hope you took these down and wrote them on your chart, because these are the things that you need to be thinking of. Does my language in whatever I'm saying talk about things that will benefit the consumer that's looking at what's in it for me? So like I think it was about 3 years ago, 2 to 3 years ago now, that Bank of America was offering a short sale program where they were paying up to $27,000 to certain short sale sellers that sold their homes in short sale. That's a huge benefit. So it was very easy to create a marketing campaign, like a postcard mailing campaign to people with notices of defaults that were, entering in foreclosure status, saying, hey, did you know that I could help you possibly earn up to $27,000 when you sell your home as a short sale? So that's what's in it for me, $27,000 or up to $27,000. So think about that. Now, features would be, and this is where you want to tone that down in your online marketing, would be like your designations, where you went to school, that you're trilingual, the office you're affiliated with. These are all good things, but they're not things that at the very surface level your target market is going to care about in their immediate initial online response. So really, really keep this list of 8 things in mind in whatever you're going to put on Facebook, on a blog post, in a video, whatever you're going to do online. And the other thing is, and we're going to talk about how this works into the cycle in just a sec, is items of value. Items of value are really the way to catch people online. As I think you already know, people online are very hesitant to give their email address unless they're going to get something in return. So you have to offer something that's going to entice them to give you their email address. So a free booklet of some sort is a good idea. A report. So it could be any kind of report on, your market, your local market, certain zip code, how many closings there have been, any sort of report. And I actually think most of you on here are real estate professionals. And if you are affiliated with the National Association of Realtors, then you have access to RPR, Realtor Property Resource. You could probably download those PDF reports directly from there to provide to people. They have beautiful reports on that site. List of foreclosures. I saw, for example, one man that says he's going to send you weekly a list of foreclosures in his area. And of course, foreclosures are dwindling in most parts of the United States. But he is able to use something called RealBird, which is only about $89 a year. And what they are is they're through Google, and it's like not an IDX based site, but he can run a report of foreclosures, and he just emails the same report to everybody who signed up for his list every Friday afternoon. So, and it's all automated, and, people sign up because they want a great deal, and they're getting this free list of the latest deals in that area. So that's a pretty good idea if you're interested in something like that. These are items of value that you need to offer online. Free photos. So these are other offers, items of value to get the phone to ring. Maybe if you list their house, then you offer like a free photo package with a video. It could include video drone or photos or just a photo drone, whatever it is, but something for free. I've also seen, or free video I mentioned, gift card. I've seen people say, talk to me for 15 minutes and you'll get a gift card. It's just like I've seen a lot. If you test drive a vehicle at our location, I'll give you a lift ticket to such and such a ski resort. So you want to get them to contact you, to go there so you can have a face-to-face, or if you can collect their information, then you have a chance, of course, of converting the lead into a prospect, I guess, or hopefully a client. But here's how the cycle works. And this is the part that gets a little tricky. It does require a lot of setup on the back end, but it can be very, very effective. So prospect sees item of value online. So let's just say, for example, I'm offering a free ebook, and I will show you how that works in just a minute on one of the sites that I created just so you can get an idea of this. So prospect will see the item of value that you're offering online. So it's an ebook. Let's just say it's an ebook about how to do a loan modification. So they're going to visit the landing page where the item is offered, and they're going to sign up. They're going to say, I want that ebook. And of course, they have to give their real email address, because the only way that they're going to get the free ebook is through email. So they have to get that. Prospect receives the item, so they're going to get it in their email. Now, because this is all automated, that system has now collected the email address. And then the prospect's email is added to a list. So if it's a loan modification ebook, then they're target marketing probably for short sale listings, right? Because a lot of loan modifications fail, and those would become short sale listings. And then the prospect receives auto-generated emails, could be daily, weekly, every 2 weeks, whatever you set up. So the way here, I'm going to step out of this again and show you. So the way this might work would be, so I'm just going to show you on my brokerage website. So over here, they have a loan modification ebook. That was my example. So you download our ebook and you click here, and you get to a page with some of the benefits. Learn how to modify your own mortgage in 6 easy steps. And then the benefits: you lower your payments, you lower your interest rates. Remember, we were talking about benefits versus features. You avoid foreclosure, you reduce your principal. These are all key benefits. And then it goes through what's in the book. And then they put in, anyone that's interested would put in their email address here, and they'd click on this, send me a free copy of the ebook. And now they're added to a list. And then that list has some pre-programmed emails in it, coaching them through their modification and kind of them directing them towards short sale or to contact the office if they aren't having success. So that's kind of how it could play out for you. Or you could do a full landing page through a company called Unbounce. Let's see if we can see any samples from Unbounce. So what a landing page is, and I'm sure you've seen them before, is what a landing page is. It's a single blank page where someone will go, and it's got a real limited amount of information, and it's forcing you to sign up for something. So here's a perfect one. I just went to their gallery here. So this is what the landing page looks like. There's very little to do. Buying a new home, can't wait, call now. This is a home builders one. They put in their email and they click. Get your free 99-day new home countdown guide now. So that's a single page. That's actually the best use, because in the way it was done on the home page here, that was the is it's in the sidebar. So there is some distraction on the page, whereas in this landing page, there's less distraction. You're there, you got arrow, you're only doing one thing. So that's an A+ way to handle it. But what you're doing again is you're offering an item of value, you're collecting the information, and then you are following up either via email, through automated emails, through personal emails that you customize, or if you can collect a phone number, bingo, you scored, you can call them on the phone. So that's kind of how that works. So we've gone through this. And so when you're creating your landing page or any marketing materials, anything, even those automated emails or any email that you're going to send, you want to use a magnetic headline. So this can be on Facebook, this can be a blog, this can be an email, anything on that diversification list that we looked at before that had 11 different items, you're going to want to use a magnetic headline. So what is a magnetic headline? A magnetic headline is something that's going to cause them to click, to stick, and to read. So anything that says the truth about is statistically has been demonstrated to be a magnetic headline. I'm going to tell you the truth about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Well, what's the truth? I thought I knew the truth, but now I don't know. Maybe I should read this article. There you go. So if you could say the truth about loan modifications, the truth about your mortgage, the truth about homes for sale in Encinitas, whatever it is, what everyone ought to know about blank. So it's what everyone ought to know about Michael Jackson. It intrigues you. Well, what's that secret that I don't know? So that will get people to click, to stick, and to contact. 5 surefire ways to do something. 5 surefire ways to sell your home fast. 5 surefire ways to get your home into escrow. Of course, one of those is going to be to contact you, right? 5 surefire ways to stage your home. 5 surefire ways to get a loan approved quickly. Whatever it is, if you put a number and then it implies surefire or use a different adjective there that really, really pumps people up. 5 spicy hot tips. And I think spicy is my next one. People love spicy. People love hot. Those kind of words also are very enticing. You can go online and you can Google magnetic headlines and you can get some additional ideas, but these ones are very, very popular, and I can tell you that they do work. I've been trying out things for a long, long time, and when I do use numbers and when I do use phrases like the ones here, I see increased clicks on my material. So that's something to think about in all of the text that you're going to create online. And again, when I promised you today that I would tell you, once you get somewhere, what do you need to do? So far, you need to use magnetic headlines. You need to market benefits. You need to keep in mind, as I said, that consumers listen to What's in It for Me radio. So, and you need to offer items of value. So those are the things that we've talked about so far. And then the next thing is you need to create a strong call to action. I went to my mailbox last month. Well, like I go every day, but I saw something in there last month, and it was a postcard, and it was for Just Sold. It was a beautiful postcard. It was a jumbo size one. It was very well designed, very, very pretty. And it showed me a picture of the property that sold. It told me what it was listed for, and it told me a little bit about the property. It did. I looked at it and I said, what a waste of about 96 cents. What that postcard needed to do was say something that told, like, I can sell yours too. Call me, I'm your area professional. Don't delay. Prices are up. Something like that. Instead, it was just like a postcard in the sky. Oh, yes, this is pretty. How nice, the property sold. What am I supposed to do with your information? She needed to tell me in the postcard what I needed to do next. And telling me is called the call to action. So call today. Get yours now. So when you're putting your ebook online or your free report, you're saying get yours now. And then if you're sending out a postcard, you say want my free referral directory of local professionals. Get yours now. Contact my office. Whatever it is. Now implies like it's right away. Register now. Offer expires tomorrow. You know, something's expiring soon. If it expires in a month, people are going to go like, oh, I have a month. I'm not going to respond. But you want to have an immediate, a cause for them not to delay and to do something immediately. So you need to use language that suggests that. And, let me just say then before we go on that you can also Google the words call to action and probably get a bunch more suggestions than this. This is just a good start. Again, you want always to include a strong call to action in whatever you write. Now, let's start with social media and networking. So, we talked about diversification. I gave you a couple of tips already, but social media networking by itself can be super overwhelming. There's a bazillion social networking sites online. I'm going to list a few here. You don't by any means need to be on all of them, but if you're going to do this, you need to commit to which ones you're going to use. So don't make a Facebook profile and then never use Facebook, or don't make a Twitter account and then if you're not going to use Twitter, just don't make an account there. So Facebook, which is where I see most real estate professionals are using Facebook. Twitter, a little bit different for those of you that don't know about it. It's more actually like that picture on the previous slide, which showed a megaphone. Twitter is like a person standing on a building with a megaphone saying, call me, and they have 140 characters to get their message out there. But it is a way to communicate short little messages and things like that with the world. LinkedIn, great place to be. You want to connect professionally with people of all, not just real estate professionals, not just your clients, but a lot of other people to create strategic alliances. So I would highly recommend if you were just going to pick 2 social networking sites and you were just starting with this, Facebook and LinkedIn would be great places to start. Google Plus, also very important. Since Google seems to pretty much own the world right now, they own YouTube. And they're the largest search engine. They're globally the #1 website in the entire world. Okay. So you want to show up on Google, and to help you do that, you should create a Google Plus account. So if you have a Gmail account, you already do have a Google Plus account automatically, and you can go in and customize it. But if you don't, then you might want to create one, because the more stuff you do on Google likes people who are already members of Google Plus more than they like people that aren't. And so you might have a higher probability of showing up on page 1 of the search engine results for Google if you have a Google Plus account. So I would recommend that you set one up if you haven't already. Pinterest is, I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's very crafty. It's kind of, to me, like a ladies who lunch site, but a lot of real estate professionals are using it to put together albums and pin things, that crafty things, or houses or communities, or just beautiful pictures related to their areas of expertise. So it's somewhere that you can be as well if that's your target market. YouTube. very important for videos. And since that is second globally to Google as far as searches, it's number two. It has an Alexa rank of 2, which means it's the second largest search engine and website that people go to in the whole wide world. Then you want to be there, which is hard because video and learning how to do video can be very, very tricky. But if you have a way to get on YouTube, or if you could want to think about that and add that to your bag of tricks, I would really, really recommend it. And then Instagram. Instagram is really, really great if you just like pictures, because it's all about interacting with pictures and videos. So the thing is, people say, I can't do this all. How am I going to do all of this? Well, there are some easy ways to do 2 things at once or 3 things at once. And I'm going to show you how. So again, here we're going to end again. Let's see. So you've got, you want to be on social media, but you don't have time to go on all of these different sites and post a message every day. It's going to be very, very time consuming. So what you're going to do is, first of all, in your head, you're going to make a plan. You're going to say, I think my people are really going to like information about celebrity homes for sale, because sometimes this is fun for people, celebrity homes for sale. So I don't know what's going to show up here. I'm just kind of thinking about it. Okay, top 10 celebrity homes for sale. So I'm finding this funny article, and I might just see it right anytime. I might be on the internet and I might see something and think, oh my gosh, I think that my people would really love to see this. So this is Ben Stiller's Mediterranean compound. Look how beautiful that is. I think that people would be intrigued by this. Let's see who else is on here. Ricky Martin. Oh, that's beautiful too. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to create so keep this, you found your article. Now you're going to create an account. You only need to do this one time on something called Hootsuite. So take this down, HOOTSUITE.com. You're going to create an account on Hootsuite. And this happens to be mine, and it's probably going to log me right in. So, but I'll show you what's going to happen once everything's loaded. Okay, I'm just going to close that. I'm not sure what that's all about. So here I am on Hootsuite, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my interesting celebrity homes article and I'm going to copy the URL. This is frontdoor.com, photos, top 10 celebrity homes for sale. I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to go to Hootsuite and I'm going to compose a message. And I'm going to say, check out these beautiful homes from top celebs. Wish I had one. Wish I could see one, let's say. All right, I spelled celebs wrong. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. So where am I going to put this? I have all these things linked for me. I'm just going to put it on my Twitter account. So I'm going to select that one. I'm not going to put it here. I'm going to put it, where else can I put it? I'm going to put it, now Short Sale Expediter, one of my other companies, let's just say I'm going to put it here. So I'm going to pick where I want it to go. I'm posting to 2 profiles at the same time, remember? And you can post to your LinkedIn. This is Google Plus, Twitter, whatever you want. And now I'm going to put in the link. Remember, I copied that link from here. Remember, I went copy. I'm doing it again so you can see. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to paste it in and click shrink. And I'm going to wait patiently. And okay, so it's going to have this photo. It's going to have this. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to click send. And now what I just did went to 2 sites at one time. The other neat thing about Hootsuite when you make your account is that you can schedule everything in advance. So you can sit down on a Friday afternoon and you can create all of your posts for your LinkedIn, for your Facebook, for wherever you want to be for the whole following week. You schedule them and then you go away. And if you don't have time to go on Facebook or LinkedIn or anything like that for the whole week, people are going to think you're there because periodically throughout the week, you've got your posts scheduled. But you want to be very careful not to overdo, this is my latest listing, come check out my open house. You want to have a nice balance of the personal with the professional so that people don't, people don't like someone that oversells. So you want to kind of be very cautious about what you're going to do on those sites. But look at how easy that was to post to 2 sites at once. You could post to 10 sites at once if you wanted to. So that's what you're going to be needing to do for your social media and your marketing. So the first step, and I don't think I have a slide for that, but your first step is going to be to pick 3 or 4 sites that you're always going to go to to get your cool information that you want to share. You could be a news site, but once you have a list, then you can find things more quickly. And then you just always go to the same sites. You prepare all your campaigns and intersperse a few social things of your own. Come visit me at this open house, or come to the car show. I'll be there showing my car, whatever it is. But you're going to intersperse some news, some interesting information that people will interact with about celebs, hot stories, beautiful houses, whatever you want, with some social stuff. And you can program that all in advance. So in less than 30 minutes a week, you can have all your social media programmed for the week. So that's a super efficient way to diversify and be on those places and interact with people. So that's one of the ways that you're going to use social media in your lead generation activities. Now, the other thing is a blog. All right. A blog is a website. And the reason what the difference between a website and a blog is that something that's programmed as a blog or called a blog, Google knows it's a blog. And so Google sends like these spiders or bots, just imagine these little things out into the cyberspace. And it knows that blogs have information that updates all the time. So a newspaper, for example, is a blog because every day there's new articles, there's new information. And so Google will go out and will reach out to those sites much more than it will something called a static website. That's not a blog, because Google knows static websites, the content doesn't change very much. So the best thing to do if you're not sure where to begin is, and you want to build trust and you want to generate leads, is to create a blog. And so where would you do this? First of all, you have to like writing. If you don't like writing, you can hire people to do it for you, or you can just put on very few articles, but they should be well organized and well thought through with respect to content so that people are going there. And you're going to want to do this to build trust so that when people find you on Google and they find your articles on Google, they say, wow, this guy really knows the Carlsbad real estate market. I totally trust this person. And then they call you on the phone. It's easier to convert the home buyer or the home seller into your client. So you can do this through a company called WordPress, and they are the most prolific. And if you're not really, really tech savvy, probably not the place to begin. Or if you've never done a website before, maybe not the place to begin. But there are companies like Virtual Results and Playster that have some really nice WordPress sites, but you're always going to have to be adding content. But you can do that through WordPress. So that's one way you can do it. And the other place, if you're kind of like not sure, if you're just testing the waters and you say, maybe I want to have a blog, I don't know, I would really encourage you to give it a try on blogger.com or ActiveRain. Now, ActiveRain is a site. It's activerain.com. They are owned by Trulia. They've been around for a long time, and I do share a lot of content on ActiveRain. ActiveRain has somewhere near 300,000 real estate professional members. That is a huge, huge number of people. There are not like 1 million members of National Association of Realtors, and about 200,000 of those 300,000 are real estate professionals. The others, might be loan officers, things like that. But what's the benefit of starting with ActiveRain? Well, ActiveRain is already set up as a blog. They have lots of support and tools, and they show you what to do, and they give you ideas of what to write. But the thing is, that's a big, huge website. And so when Google looks at websites and ranks things, they're always looking at how active is the site. So sites that are more active are going to get higher on the Google search results. When we did that list, when I typed in Encinitas Ranch homes for sale, I think I typed in, I noticed that the top hit that was not a pay-per-click was Trulia. So that's because Trulia gets a lot of traffic. They're in the top 100 sites in the United States as far as traffic. So Trulia gets a lot of traffic. So if you want to leverage, so if you're only creating a blog and you're only going to go on it once a week or once every 2 weeks to do stuff, you're not going to have as many hits on your website as, say, Active Rain, which is owned by Trulia. So you can write 1 or 2 articles on your Active Rain blog, but you've got 300,000 other people also writing articles. So that's going to immediately lift your probability of getting on page 1. And right now, I do know, because I reached out to them yesterday, that they have a special deal where it's $19 a month. So that's a pretty good deal. So if you're interested in trying out a blog, if you don't have a website, you might want to go to activerain.com and sign up, and it's $19 a month. Or you can email me, and I can probably hook you up on and help you out with that. But so what are you going to write, though? And this is why you're here. You're like, okay, I know I need to do a blog, but what am I going to write? You need to write local stuff. Don't write, if you're in San Diego or Los Angeles, don't write an article called Los Angeles Homes for Sale. Why? A bazillion other people are trying to rank on Google for Los Angeles homes for sale. You need to select a keyword or phrase or write a topic that's very local to your area of expertise. So you could pick a community within Los Angeles, maybe even a gated community where there's only 40 homes, because people that search for those really, really local phrases, they already know where they want to live, and there will be less articles about those local things. So it's so easy to rank on page 1 for those local things. So my example to you is it's way easier to rank on page 1 for Encinitas Ranch homes for sale than it is for San Diego homes for sale. So you're going to want to start with those local terms, those local stuff, and then branch out from there. So here's some ideas. You can write local area and market information, so you can share market reports. Home selling tips, so you can say home selling tips for sellers in Encinitas Ranch and beyond. General home buyer do's and don'ts. Okay, so when you're starting out, you can make a little editorial calendar, and you can say, okay, I want to write some general home seller tips, some general home buyer tips, and then you can make a list of the communities that you want to write about in your city, and you write about those local communities, and you just do 1 a week, 1 a week, 1 a week, and you should write at least 250 to 300 words per article about the community. And if you're going to include pictures, make sure not to steal them. You have to get permission to use them unless they're your own photos. You can use photos from like the Flickr Creative Commons, or you can buy photos from iStock, but you can't just go on Google Image Bank and steal a photo. You could get in a lot of trouble for that. Remember, like they used to say in school, don't plagiarize. It's kind of the exact same thing for those photos on Google. But whatever you're going to do, you're going to plan ahead. Like I just said, you're going to make that editorial calendar, and you're going to stick to your plan. Because I love this quote that John Wooden, all of life is peaks and valleys. Don't let the peaks get too high or the valleys get too low. So what happens is when you get super busy because you're doing some of these things, then you're going to stop doing them. And then your valleys are going to be so low because you're not going to, the minute you stop, you're not generating leads. So you got to just have a really good disciplined plan for what you're going to do every day to lead generate. For me, I try to get all that stuff done in the morning, because the afternoon, you get so distracted. There could be a problem with an inspection or a lost key or some drama on one of your closings. You can deal with all that in the afternoon. If you can get your lead gen done and your planning done and your writing done by 11 a.m., perfect. You've done something to generate leads for your business, and then you can deal with your drama. So this page actually is from the Essential Daily Planner for Real Estate Agents, which you can get on Amazon. And but whatever you're going to do, you're going to need to develop a system or set aside time to get to work. So if you want a paper daily planner, this is a good one for real estate professionals. But a lot of people do stuff online. You can use your phone, which syncs with your Gmail, or through your computer or whatever, Outlook, whatever you've got, as long as you develop a system and set aside time to get to work. Now, lots of people freak out. They're not technology people. This is a lot of information. We already talked about how real estate professionals have too many things to do. I said 27, and that might be less than the total. But you can always hire a virtual assistant. And I've spoken on a lot of my webinars, and people seem to be intrigued by it. But we use virtual assistants at Broadpoint Properties. And these virtual assistants are in the Philippines, which is 15 hours ahead. It's pretty cost effective to do it this way. And so if you've got some technology-based activities that you can have people do either in the United States or outside of the United States for you while you're sleeping, it's an amazing way to get things done. And we've had them write articles for our website before about some of these local communities. Might take us less time, but they have the time to do it. They're not distracted by all that drama, by those inspections, by those other things. So you can hire virtual assistants to help you post your social media campaigns, post your Craigslist ads, write your articles for your blog, maybe help you edit photos or video, things like that. So you can always do that if you're time challenged or technology challenged or overwhelmed. And it's really, really cost effective. So I'd advise you, if you're kind of freaking out right now, to look into that as an option for you. So I've got just a couple of more things I want to share with you. And one thing which I talk about a lot is not to create an online brand that depends on others. So the thing is, I guess the best example I can have of this is that I know of a woman in another state who is, I would call her the queen of Craigslist. She had a virtual assistant helping her put up 300 Craigslist ads per day to generate leads for home buyers. She was doing it for a long time, very, very successful. Then in November of last year, I don't know if you know this, but Craigslist changed its rules. So the way it was working before is she would put up her post and it would have a link to her website, and they would go to her, click on the link and go to her website, and then they'd search her website, they'd enter in their information, and boom, 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 she had a buyer lead. Problem is, Craigslist changed. So if you put a link in the content, you can't click on it anymore. Well, the minute Craigslist took away the ability to click, that significantly decreased her leads that she was generating. She had all her eggs in the Craigslist basket. So you want to create a brand or a marketing strategy or be online. This is why you need to diversify, because if Craigslist is gone tomorrow, or if you're a Zillow Premier agent and it's gone tomorrow, or if your Active Rain blog is gone tomorrow, and I hope that's not the case, but if you're in more than one place, that's okay. You've still got all of these other places that you can do your lead generation activities. But if you're only doing one thing and that thing is taken away from you while you're sleeping, then you've got to start all over again. And why the heck do I have a picture of Lady Gaga here? I'm going to tell you that right now. Because all publicity is not good publicity. This is Lady Gaga, and I think this is downright scary. This is the image she wants to put out here because her idea or her concept or whoever's helped her brand herself has obviously, this is part of her brand, is getting attention, positive or negative. If you think this is a good picture of her, then it's positive. If you think it's a bad picture, which I do, then this to me is negative publicity. So and how does this relate to real estate though? If you are online and you're generating leads online, and if you're going on Facebook, and if you are going to say something that might alienate someone in your audience, making a comment, a religious comment, or a comment about a certain group of people, or just something, a political comment, or anything that is very strong that could put people off about certain hobbies that you have, which may be not within the realm, not a little bit, not a little bit atypical, you might put somebody off. And so you need to think very, very carefully before you throw something up using Hootsuite about, what's going on in your life. So that's where how they're talking a lot in high school about kids that are showing they're sexting, or they're showing pictures of themselves in their panties or whatever. That's the kind of thing with a kid. You're trying to say, this is not good publicity. This is not going to bode well for you. Well, that's not going to bode well for you either as a real estate professional if you're showing your dirty laundry in public. There are some people who do, and I do believe they do alienate a group of people that could have been their clients. But I would urge you to think very carefully before and deliberately before putting out any sort of information online, because your goal is to create a social media or build trust through social media, through networking, through the web for your services, whether the person is your religion or not your religion, whether they agree with your politics or they don't agree with your politics. They can all be prospective clients for you. So I think this is a kind of a humorous picture, and I think it illustrates this example very, very well. So and remember, we talked about everything getting automated and how we need to be competitive and all the things we need to do online in order to be successful. And I just want to remind you that you have to show your ability to navigate. And you need to show your value through your uniqueness, and also through your ability to enhance a person's experience through social connections. And you can do that through your blog, you can do it through your social media, you can do it through video, and you need to show people what's in it for them, not what's in it for you. We know you're going to earn a commission at the end, but what is in it for them? How can you truly help them get what they want out of using your real estate services? So obviously for us, we're going to be excited by some increased numbers over here. So hopefully you can pick one new thing that you can implement today from the webinar, and you can take that and you can try it, and hopefully it will work. As far as to coordinate that whole the item of value, and then you've got to build a list, that can be very tricky. And because of that, I'm going to devote a webinar in 2 weeks just to that, because it involves utilizing all these different resources online and where you need to put things and how you need to set that up. So that will be kind of about how to develop an email campaign, a lead capture campaign, and an email campaign. And for those of you that are interested in that are on the call, just keep a lookout for melissazavala.com speaking, and you can sign up for that webinar. I will put out the invitation for that in just a few days. For those of you that are interested, though, I do have a free gift for hanging out here till the end, and we have tons and tons of people on the call. You can go to melissazavala.com right now, and you can download Master the Art of Successful Lead Conversion, and which has a 11-step kind of recipe for converting internet leads. And you can follow the recipe in order to create kind of a regimented plan for converting leads. And there's a couple of little other gifts that come with that, some little tools for calculating your income, how many prospects you need to calculate, and things like that. So I am talking fast because I wanted to fit everything in 1 hour, and you've been a really captive audience, and I thank you very, very much for staying on the call. And again, for those of you that are listening to the call as pre-recorded, the worksheet, the companion worksheet for the webinar, the link was at the very, very beginning, and I'll post it again right now at the bottom, so you have that if you need it. But you can always feel free to reach out to me. I talked a lot about blogging, Active Rain, getting you connected. Connect with me on Facebook. I would love to hear how, what your problems are, what your struggles are, and how I can help you and support you with being successful in your real estate career. I'm entirely vested in that, as are my companies, Broadpoint Properties, Short Sale Expediter, and Transaction 911. And so I'm going to hang out here if you have any questions. I think the people that did ask questions, I built them in pretty much, and I think I've answered them all. But I will hang out. And for the rest of you, have a great day and enjoy your summer. And I hope you can join me on the call in a few weeks, where I will speak a lot about creating items of value and then putting them online to capture those leads in the way I kind of showed you with that loan modification ebook. So thank you very, very much, and have a great summer and a great day. Bye-bye.